What just happened? Hello, hello, hello. Why is it not working? Okay, now it's working. Hey everybody, that was weird. So we got, again, Contradiction here, and let's continue from where we were on Sunday. Just fix the camera here a little bit. Camera being my laptop screen. And let us resume game. Don't forget to use the map and the useless tips. Alright, so where were we? That's the first question. I'm trying to remember what was the last thing we did, because it's been a few days. Let's see my notes here. Oh, the Atlas autoerotic hypnosis, right? Oh, we found this remote control lock. So, I have no idea what this is for yet. Obviously, if I try it here, it's not going to work. I got to go ask everyone about the Atlas auto-hypnosis, I guess. So, might as well go into the pub since they put me here to start with for some reason. It always seems like they always put you in the same starting location.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So, I'm going to try to stop talking about how bad the acting is, but I don't promise I'm not going to imitate this guy some more.
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
That's interesting. I don't think hypnosis is really that similar to persuasion, but I guess it's true about the last thing. Alright, I don't think that we're going to get contradiction out of that one. If we do, I'm really surprised.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm sure you'll be back later, because you know better to do, Inspector. Alright, let's leave. What I usually do with these streams is I advertise the first part. I don't advertise the other parts because I figure if someone is interested, they'll subscribe after the first part, and then they'll know when the second part comes. And if they don't subscribe, that means they're not interested in the second part, so I don't bother to waste their time.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, let's ask about the auto-hypnosis.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
No, not
So,
anymore.
how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force, to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized.
He looks familiar,
You have to want to
too.
be hypnotized. It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
Anyway.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
Yeah, but once they're hypnotized, then you can get them to do whatever you want. Alright, he says hypnosis is not used in the course anymore and possibly hurt or damaged by hypnosis. Not possible to force students to be hypnotized. I doubt there's anything there. I gotta get to this other dude. He's in the middle of class right now. Asking about the XXX. The third eye. Okay. I should make sure he didn't say anything else above about hypnosis. I don't think he did, but I'm just going to check quickly. I have to go back also and sort of refresh my memory what he said in the past. But I'm pretty sure he didn't say anything about hypnosis. Come on. Unlocked bicycle. Yeah, what do you think about his bike? Okay.
That's all for the moment.
I didn't
Thank
think
you.
so. Alright, so let me go to the other dude, to James. See what he has to say. To Abbey Farm.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Is anybody actually watching this? Chat is sort of quiet for the moment.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Hey, Colton Northern.
Scrying.
Hey, Gamer's
You can
Grotto.
scry on anything, I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds.
Hey, Mark.
Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching
What the hell is he talking about?
water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper, you swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Then you wake up and see the world as it really is.
Oh, hey, Jeremy.
Journey to a place
I thought
people
your
talk about.
icon looked
No one's
familiar,
ever
but
seen.
I was too busy trying to listen to what the hell this guy's saying.
You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea.
I'm going to have to
She
replay
bought
this,
one.
because I don't know what
Right.
he's talking about. So I said, like, hey, is anybody here? And all of a sudden, it's like, ding, 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 ding. I was, oh, okay, so many people are here. This is not the Suspicious XXX DVD. We're asking you about autoerotic hypnosis or something like that. Jeremy, I like your new username, the Gamer's Grotto. That's pretty cool. You have to dig deep to find your channel, I guess. Is this a grotto? Is that how it works? I'm just kidding. Coulter Northern, good to see you observing as always. Alright, so he said, autohypnosis is another name for scrying. Scrying is possible without a mirror, and he sold a scrying mirror to Kate Vine last year, the fake person who died. What do you say about scrying before? Sells the mirrors, doesn't make a profit. Mirrors just one way of scrying. He sold it to her, but didn't make a profit. I'm gonna watch that. Jeremy, I'm watching. Don't forget, I'm a certified hypnotist. That's funny. I'm gonna watch it one more time because I was too busy talking to all you guys to really understand what the hell he was saying. So I apologize. I'll watch one more time just so I could absorb this crazy answer he said. Gave.
Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis.
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
Yeah.
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You can scry on anything, I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching the water, what happens? You go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper, you swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. Then you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming,
This guy's on
come
drugs.
to the surface again.
Well, he is on
Then you
drugs.
wake up and see the world as it really is. A big journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. She bought one.
Right.
Alright, that's a weird answer. Okay. I guess that's it, though. I don't think there's any other contradiction there. And this is like he was trying to lie, either. Jeremy says, it's when you said about being controlled under hypnosis and you're under control. Always in control is 100% correct. You cannot be controlled.
Be back later on if that's
I don't
okay.
know if I want to take my chances, though. Like, would you want to volunteer to be hypnotized? Sure. Then you wake up with, like, your pants down or something. I guess you always wanted to pull your pants down, but that's not really any consolation. Actually, the chief is not home again, but... Alright. I'm just going to walk around in case anything changed. But I think I'm pretty sure I spoke already to the two people in the... let me go back behind the house. There should be like a car here now. Yeah, there's a car here. Random. A random car on the license plate. I just want to make sure nothing changed. I'm not missing anything. Remember, there's still a place where I'm supposed to use like this a remote control lock opener now, but oh, maybe it's for the car. What, I didn't think of that. That's stupid. Of course, it must be for the car. Let's go back there. How come none of you thought of that? Nobody's paying attention. Oh, you lot. Where is that? Oh, it wasn't for the car, it was for the garage door. I was still right. You guys all stink. I'm just kidding. Oh, what a bunch of junk. It looks like worse than my garage.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
A garage. That's it? I got a new conversation topic. Ryan's guitars. Okay. So I'm gonna go to this guy now and be like, hey, I broke into your garage. Do you mind telling me about the guitars in there? I guess.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never gonna happen.
It's a garage. Ryan can't play the guitars. Maybe how do you know they're Ryan's guitars? Maybe they're not Ryan's guitars. Ask if he plays Smoke on the Water. Why Smoke on the Water?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let's see if he knows anything about Ryan's guitars. I don't know why you would. Smoke on the water.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
And fire in the sky. Oh, that was bad. Let's see. He wouldn't know about right. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't know.
Probably be back later.
It's a quintessential beginner riff. I don't play guitar. My brother plays guitar. My brother Max plays guitar, but I don't play guitar, unfortunately. I'd like to learn one day. It's like one of those things, you know. I'm not gonna keep looking around randomly. Let me go talk to some people since I found their clue. Someone must know about this business here. Hit right. Okay, let's go to talk to Rebecca. She's Ryan's wife, so she would know if he plays guitar, theoretically. Like, oh my god, the guy won't stop freaking playing guitar. Every time I'm trying to sleep, he's playing guitar. I asked him to come to bed.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. Sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
If Jeremy says if someone was a murderer and this detective with a stupid shitty attitude came over to question them, they would kill him and throw him in the lake. Yeah, I think we've already determined this is not realistic. And this guy,
Be back later.
There's no way she would let him come back just to ask that one question about a guitar and not like beat him up and throw him out. Other Jeremy says, I went to stream something today, but I woke up with a migraine of sleeping all day. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're feeling better. Alright, what do we got here? This is still closed? Yeah, still closed. Right, let's go to Woods Land. You gotta eat in Lodge. I don't know why she would know anything about
Ask about
this
a few more things, please.
But I'll ask anyway. So we already asked about auto-hypnosis.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
I know he plays, because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone. And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
We heard about Blackstone before. I don't remember who mentioned it, but someone else talked about Blackstone because I remember I made fun of the name. Probably wasn't her, but somebody else definitely mentioned. Maybe it was the lady at the pub. Let's about a pub band. Yeah, band often played at the pub. So it's offered a singing contract. That's probably bullshit, but all right, let's go to Simon.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Okay, that's not very helpful. All the stuff about stupid guitars.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
You tend to shoot Hitman 3 VR, that's interesting. A better adventure would be across seeing this in Leisure Suit Larry. I don't know if I would stream that, though. They do make games like that. But they're not like... They're not too much thinking involved in them. It's just like sort of a lot of non-thinking. The opposite of thinking. I'm just walking to... Oh, I see, look, something changed.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yes! Yes! Yeah! What? Yeah! Get him! Oh man!
The DVD! That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
Oh man! Oh, this guy was gonna get beaten to death. I thought finally he was gonna suffer for all the investigations, and apparently not. Oh man! Oh, I got my headphones caught here. All right, that sort of sucked. So what I got a new clue though. What do I have? Bag used in mugging. Click to try using this. Oh, it says Monarch costumes. Isn't it the same place where the masks came from, supposedly? What does it do with the bag? I don't know, but I keep on walking around. I'm assuming I was supposed to get mugged. That reminds me of like Space Quest, where the rat bugs you. No chance in hell this detective get laid. He was a Joker. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Hey Matt, how's it going? You just missed the detective got like beaten up like very briefly, and his DVD was stolen. His porno DVD. And I'm assuming it's not here anymore. Yeah, I'm not trying a DVD for the pile again. It's a very nostalgic DVD video logo, though. Go to the atrium. Let's try the lounge door. I guess he's not there anymore. Okay, he's probably still in this other room. Alright, so let me fast travel back to the lodge. What am I supposed to use the book for? I mean, the bag.
A couple more questions, if that's okay?
No, it's not okay.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
Where is it? Maybe you can tell me where it is so, like, I can go there. Why would that guy drop a bag like that? I mean, is that the bag you put on my head?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
So weird. Ron Jeremy got nothing on that DVD.
Seen this? You know the shop?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
This for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
What the hell does that mean? Yeah, something like that. Is that like a sex shop or something? DVD contained the citizen gate of porn. Yeah, maybe. Why didn't they tell me where the shop
that's
is?
It for the time being, thank you.
That wasn't helpful at all either. Sheesh. Alright, let's go to the pub. Worst interviewer ever, leading the witness. Yeah, I agree. I don't understand this. Scar-based porn. Looks like a young Carrie Elwes? A little bit. Not really. Like a little bit.
A few more questions, please.
Have you seen this before?
Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. I totally agree.
Well, I know the shop. A costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Ryan might have.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay. Again, like, I don't... Like... So far, like, that's not really helpful. Like, this guy, this evil guy,
A couple more things,
he wouldn't
please.
let me come in to ask him about a bag or something. Like, he really would be like, F off.
Have you seen this before?
No, I don't think so.
You don't recognise the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but it didn't work out.
Oh, that's so funny. Carrie always would never do this. You go look at the matter detective, like, nope, out of here. Yeah. That
That's
guy,
all for the moment.
I know
Thank you.
he's a great actor, but, yes, I think I do know the cleaner. He's rather, interesting chap, if you know what I mean. Huh. It's like a sort of a
More
Shatner
questions, if you don't mind.
vibe to it.
Seen this anywhere before?
Nope.
That's correct. Nope. Okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
That was like almost exhausting all the possibilities of stuff. I'll go up here again just for the heck of it, because things seems like keep happening when I visit locations. Your friend wrote the script for Men in Tights, really? I don't expect to find anything here, but I'm just trying to see if anything else changed. Nope. One thing, nice thing, there's no pixel hunting in this game. If something can happen, they give you like a big magnifying glass so you know you can do something. J.D. Shapiro? Sounds like a very stereotypical Jewish name. What makes it seem better to be hurled No, I think I'm keep expecting him to like, you know, whip it out basically and be like, have you ever seen one of these before? Something like that. That's what I keep expecting, but so far it hasn't happened. Should I use a hint? I'm not really stuck yet, but I don't want to get stuck either.
Yes, Jenks.
Sir, I've been assaulted. Mugged.
What did they take? The hat?
No! A DVD I found, sir.
Was it a dodgy one?
Well, I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did they do that for?
I've no idea. It's quite disorienting.
No subtitles here.
Did you keep the bag?
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief. I'll call later.
Can't wait.
Find out where it came from. I did already find out where it came from. Yeah, call him now again. I was about to leave. I didn't realize someone was actually answering. Steve's Reviews 2020.
Go on, Jenks. What do you know?
Not much really, sir, except I've discovered Ryan plays the guitar.
I thought you were going to tell me something useful.
Well, I found out Emma was in the band, too.
What with Rand?
Don't think so. Not sure, actually.
Well, why don't you find out and ring me back when you've got something useful to tell me, yeah?
Yes, Chief. Sorry, Chief.
Bye-bye.
This is interesting. All of a sudden, the chief is now answering the phone, and like he's telling random things before he never answered it at all. I don't get that. Seriously, this keeps doing like, if you ever seen one of these? Yeah, I see those all the time. Whenever I go to the locker room, I see him. That's useful as Inspector Jenks. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Should I use a hint? Should I use a hint? What do you guys think? Or should I try to keep stumbling around? I have to either walk around again, or I have to go and try to find another contradiction, which there might be. But I mean, I have to go to each person and like search through their clues, sort of precipitously. Hit me? All right. You have things you haven't asked Rebecca and Ryan about yet. Well, Ryan I can't find, but let me go ask Rebecca if that's what you think. I didn't realize that was the case. Do I have a hint limit? I don't think so. I just don't want to waste my time, ruin it. I thought I asked Rebecca about everything.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
What did I ask her about? Oh, I must have skipped this. Whoops.
Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
Well,
Really?
don't quote me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth?
Look at the lines on
to
top of
this?
that guy's brows.
None at all.
The Jenks guy. Okay, I think James Wilson's a fantasist. James casts spells in the woods. Heard James grows cannabis. No truth to the flyer. I don't see how that's helpful. So what's I going to say now?
Okay, that's it for now.
If I click the hints, it'll be like, Ryan still didn't have stuff to tell you? There are 4 things you haven't asked Ryan about yet. Yeah, but Ryan was not around to ask him. Maybe now that I did that, he'll show up again and he'll be back. Cheap is thinking I should let the police department's janitor pretend to be a... That's funny. Yeah. Is Ryan going to come back now? We're at one in the woods. Is he going to show up because all of a sudden I exhausted the rest of my stuff to do? That's sort of stupid if it is the case. He's not there. Unless he's like, I have to keep knocking on the door. I don't know what to tell me to go find him. And I can't try the other door. There are 4 things you haven't asked Ryan about yet. Okay. I'm supposed to wander around aimlessly until I locate him? Maybe he's now having dinner in the pub or something? It's a little bit weird. Why'd you say we're out in the woods, Matt? What do you mean by that? Oh, maybe Ryan's casting spells in the woods with James? I don't think Ryan and James like each other. James is the guy that exposed the cult, basically. Maybe you could summon Ryan playing Wicked solo on one of his guitars. It didn't even let me stay in that screen. Like, as soon as I entered there, right away it made me leave. But I'll go back. I just want to make sure there's nothing else to do in here. Photo Ryan is like pissing into the lake or something like that. Woods Lane, North Road, right along the path. Just looking over the lack of proper pacing in this game. Or the headless chicken. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Investigate down behind the pub. I did this before. I'll do it again. Just to make sure nothing else different here. This guy loves like poking around behind people's stuff. Maybe it's before his bedtime? Maybe before his bedtime. It's after 8 p.m. Alright, let's go in here. Maybe this is just this dude, right?
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, this is just this dude.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm confused now. I forgot to go to the pub, too. Yeah, so that's the Quilted Northern. I was about to do that, but somehow I missed it. I was actually going to try the restaurant. I'll let Tim learn from the mistakes. Nope, he's not there. Unless he's hiding behind this coat. Do you happen to know where your husband is? Should I go to right? Well, the problem is I can't make the time advance until I actually do something which I'm supposed to do. That's a challenge. Let me try to use the remote control again. Maybe he's now at his garage, like doing something. Oh, I can't. I've already used the remote control lock here. I wonder if I can use the remote control lock in... Since it's for the door, I wonder if I can use it in Atlas? I doubt it, but I'll try it. There's nothing else here. I mean, they must still be here because... Nope. Steal the car. So you can't Inspector Jinx in the case of the missing car. That's funny. I mean, I don't like this hint. I feel like I've done everything. That's the same DVD I already saw. I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm not watching this again. Quilted Northern, if you're still there, if you want to look up again what's the next thing to do, because the hints are not being very helpful. Unless hints are just wrong, and we're supposed to, like, ignore the hints and just go try to talk to some other people. Because the only reason I feel like it's like I'm giving up is because the hints are telling me to do something which is not correct. The hints are saying go talk to Ryan, but I can't talk to him, obviously he's not here. Let's go back to Rebecca then. It says also Paul and Ryan Rand are that live in the same place. That's the other weird thing about it. See, it says Paul/Ryan. And his guitars are there too. So I don't get that. He lives with his dad.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
But how do I actually talk to Ryan? Did you exhaust all dialogue towards the Emma? I thought I did. I'm going to try to go through this here. Did I get a red torchlight yet? No. I didn't get a red torchlight. From Atlas? No. I didn't see a red torchlight. I don't think. A torchlight is a flashlight. A torchlight is a flashlight in freaking Britain. A torch is a flashlight, actually. So if I had a flashlight, I could go back to the back of the bar. But I didn't find a flashlight anywhere. Go to the Atlas building in the first room inside, investigate to pick up a red torch.
Thank
flashlight?
you. Probably be back later.
Okay, I don't see that's possible, but maybe I just missed it. So right here, there's no investigation thing. I don't have a red torch flashlight. Like, theoretically, you're saying investigate here. I also can't investigate here. So Quilted Northern, maybe you're reading ahead too far. Maybe there's something else before that. That's what it says. Well, you see for yourself that there's nothing I can do. That's incorrect information. I mean, I've been looking out for that investigation icon, but it has not been showing up. So I'm going back here. The Atlas building. Yeah, I don't know. There's some contradictions I missed.
Things, please.
Yeah, I don't know either. So I was trying to go through here and see what else I might have missed. I wish you'd have to scroll down like this. It makes it really annoying. Maybe asking Emma about a third eye open up some dialogue options I missed. With Emma, you mean? It might have caused an opportunity for a contradiction with her. I was trying to go like and see, you know. Here, thinks the mask is from Monarch Costumes. And he said doesn't know where the bag is from. I knew someone mentioned Monarch Costumes.
Aha. Do you visit Monarch Costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well,
Go to Northern, you don't have to tell me.
I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favour by getting it back. He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happens. Before you ask, no, I didn't steal from him.
Do you think
Guys
it's
are
a
so
good
pleased
idea
with
to
himself.
encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal. Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you'd have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
Oh, he's throwing me out? Well, I actually got thrown out. It's not the first time they threw me out of here.
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
So now it's Paul's theft stunt. I have to ask everyone about Paul's theft stunt. We're like, what do you know about Paul's theft stunt? Absolutely nothing. I'll still ask him anyway.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
I wouldn't know anything about Paul or his stunt.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. That's all for the moment, thank you. That's like a common adventure game thing, like, hello. Oh, I'll talk to you later, thank you, bye. Now I've got Emma to go back to... now I've got Emma to go back to ammo. Yes, I understand. But I also would ask Rebecca about the stunt. She might know about it first.
Ask about a few more things, please. Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Okay.
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Were you dressed as a nurse? What the hell? I'd like to know that.
Be back later on if
Were you
that's
scantily clad at the party and dressed as a nurse? Stupid. Woods Lane. Just a few more questions, please.
If that's okay? What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that?
Quilted Northern with who?
I've never heard about
Rebecca or
anything like
Emma?
that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
Well, not dangerous, just risky. Like, say something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or
you said
doing
that
something
before.
unusual.
Like stealing from other students?
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend, really.
It seems a bit odd for a business.
I was about to say, this seems like a really weird
works,
business
though.
class. It works? How does it work? That seems really weird.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yes, I'm sure I will.
What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No.
Interesting.
I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was just...
Too
It
expensive.
was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
Like
And is
having
Simon doing all of
stairs.
this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Someone got killed, probably. Interesting. Alright, so now I have to see what other contradictions there are. Let's see. So a flyer on college last year. Well, she lied about that, but I mean, that's probably... I guess that's not, doesn't count, but I think I consider that a lie or contradiction. Okay. Heard about doll burning. Didn't do anything like that when she went. But she said that... Okay, they're abusive, da-da-da. Liam's death. Didn't know Liam very well. Let's try that. Really? Maybe this one? She said she was on holiday when Liam died? Where did she say that? Regardless, like I thought, like that would be a contradiction. I was right about not knowing Liam. You're such a cheater, Colton Northern. It's the band thing. Oh. Yeah, but how would she know that? How would I know that Liam was in the band? I asked for it once. I asked for it 100 times. But I don't know how. There's no way for me to know that he was in a band. I don't have that information. At least not yet. Doesn't believe anything James says. I mean, this is... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Claims third eye was abusive. And yet... Where was that? Third eye flyer. Doesn't believe anything James says. Come on, that should be contradiction too. Like someone else told me that. Nobody else told me that Liam was in her band. Really? Maybe Liam was in a band, but like, how would I know that it's the same band? I'll try it. I'll try it in a second. It doesn't seem to make sense though. Phrase about not feeling guilty. The scrying thing, we learned a lot about that. James is creepy. Or doesn't work. Only went once to Atlas. I've been a similar course before. I guess a similar course before was the other third eye, whatever. Okay, quite well. Potter College. Let's see the mass before. Necklace Emma, but she gave it to Kate. Oops, how to fix the lock. Did it say so with the flyer? What flyer? Do I have a flyer? What flyer was that? Oh, the third eye flyer? That's not going to say it about the band. If you want me to try that, I'll try that. Where is it? Liam's death. You know Liam very well. And you sing it a bit. Yeah, somebody else told me about Blackstone, that's right. But I forgot who it was that told me. Who told me about the Blackstone thing? I forget now. Well, obviously that's right.
That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
Matt.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem? I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
Matt says she said she was on holiday when Liam died, and then she said that. So you're also looking at the hints? Matt, is that what's going on here? You're like ahead of yourself. Only knew Liam through the band Blackstone. Was on holiday the night Liam died. The night Liam died was the same as the night of Paul's theft stunt. And she was at Third Eye when Paul pulled the stunt. So that's not true that she was on holiday the night Liam died. I figured that one out myself at least.
So, you witnessed Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died?
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma. I think you better explain, don't you?
It was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
I killed him!
himself because of me.
Sorry.
Why?
Liam had a birthmark on the side of his face. And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And we all thought, they all thought it was ugly. So I thought I'd say something, and I even asked Paul if it was okay to say it.
What did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind.
Go ahead, of course, you can tell him.
Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
What?
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said, but I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
So she told...
Simon, please.
She told him that he has an ugly birthmark?
Don't worry.
And then he killed himself? That doesn't seem very realistic to me. Oh, okay, then advance the clock.
9 o'clock. Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
Emma's criticism of Liam is a new item now. Emma's guilt. Alright, now I'm probably going to say you have 4 things to talk to. What happens after Alec? I didn't really do that, I was just curious what it would say. Alright, I might as well go to the pub since I'm here. See if anybody would fill the restaurant now. So far this location has been completely useless, which is annoying. And the music also got louder, I think. The music wasn't this loud before.
Please.
Oh, Rebecca doesn't know anything about this. Okay, fine.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Thank you, bye. Vigil hit. I'm glad I got one myself. Every time the clock changes, I have to investigate again because things change when the clock changes.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it, Hal.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize Liam's birthmark? Did you expect Emma to discuss Liam's birthmark? Hardly knew Emma. Hardly knew Emma. I wonder if that's like an item here. Paul's cleaner was the mugger. All the students enjoyed the stunt. And steal from Liam that night. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Doll burning was Ryan's idea. Third eye very similar to Atlas. Third eye was Paul's idea. Liam's death was unavoidable. Wait a second. So why is Liam's death unavoidable? I mean, I don't know if that's right, but... Where was that? No. Knew Liam had personal problems. What about that? I mean, like... Like, he should not let him in the class if he had personal problems. But no. There's Atlas, did see if the course. Drinking all night. Right, confident and outgoing. Free himself from guilt. No place for guilt in business. Alice encouraged ideas over morality. No interest in scrying. What do you say about the auto-hypnosis? Not use on the course anymore. For the scrying. Never use a scrying mirror. Alice doesn't use scrying on the course. Okay. I think we had that before. This was started HC last year. Was in the pub last Friday. Master Monarch costumes. What are you saying here? It's ridiculous how expensive everything is. DVD about ages ago. Really? What's going for $500? Jeremy, what are you talking about? Bought a Freedom necklace for a student, but you didn't buy it for Kate. Did you buy it for Emma? She said it was an unwanted gift. Aha.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking, and I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on.
You tried it on with her?
I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
So it's not. So why did they cross out the hardly knew Emma? Maybe he did hardly know her. I bet you I can go back to Emma now and go on that topic. Or was it? It still doesn't say. DVD remasters of classic FMV game shooters. So it's interesting. I actually don't own any of those on Jeremy. I don't want to call Gamer Grotto because the reason why is because I have the CD versions of all of them, and so normally I would buy the DVD versions because they're better quality. But in this case, I didn't because the DVD versions were not compatible with the light gun. Only the CD versions were compatible with the light gun. So I have the CD versions and I have the gun, but I do not have the DVD versions because they were designed to work with the DVD like remotes, and they were not DVD ROMs. They were DVD videos. So it means every time you did something, it had to load the next branch like off the DVD, and a lot of times it was very slow. So I wasn't a big fan of those actually. The only ones I do the DVDs of is I have the DVD of Thayer's Quest. That's not a shooting game, and I have the Dragon's Lair and Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace DVD ROMs, the ones they actually made, and I have a couple others like Hologram Time Traveler or whatnot. That's probably it for this guy, but let me see. That's crazy. They're going for $500. Do you still have the ones that you paid for? That you paid $20 for? We met Kate a few times, possibly spoke to her. Alright, that's probably it. Yeah, they keep on remastering them. They keep on redoing it over and over and over again. Did I do this already? I don't think I did. Some of them an ex almost. Why would she want them? Did the ex actually want them, or just the ex was just trying to piss you off? Because that's things that exes do stuff like that. They take stuff just to spite you.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, you wouldn't know about this. Okay, that's fine.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Probably back later if anything better to do. Which I clearly don't. Again, I want to just revisit a relocation now that the clock changed. Because it seems like, especially when the clock changes, it's likely that things change. Notice how it got much darker? It's interesting how they put like a filter on this. Like, before it was like sunset, and now it's like, now it's like really like twilight, basically. So we expect to see vampires soon, I'm assuming. I don't expect to find anything, but I did want to look. And at some point, you know, there's a torch that's going to show up inside Atlas. Let's go to here. This thing should be open now. It's 9 o'clock. It opens at 9. But it's still not open, apparently. I thought they said it opens at 9. She stole all your games, your computer, TV, like Busy Failure, Christmas in 2016. Wow. That's terrible. Like, literally, she disappeared? That sounds like a real nasty person. I'm really sorry to hear that. It really sucks.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Jake's promised not to discuss this with Simon. What is it to, like, listen to?
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
She was arrested? Oh, nice! So you didn't get your stuff back? So didn't she say she doesn't really know Paul? She's been slowly buying it back every month. Did you get paid from this, or? Paul encouraged you to criticize Liam. Of course she doesn't really know. I thought she said she doesn't know Paul, but I guess not. The mirror doesn't work. She'd pawned it. Oh my god. Wow. Like, so fast? How fast how long, like, was this person like a psycho? Like, how long were you with her? It sounds like a complete psycho, basically. I'm not like laughing at you. I'm just like, I can't believe it. I mean, it sounds like really insane. So that was a good guess on my part that he gave her the necklace. I didn't really have any information on that. I just guessed. It was a good guess.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Very good guess. I guess I gotta go to Atlas now. Yeah, that's... Jeremy, that's like really freaking insane. I'm sorry to hear that. She had help? Oh my god. Wow. I'm really happy for you, the fact that the landlord had video of it, and she was arrested. I mean, that's great, because like, at least you got some kind of revenge. I mean, that's such a terrible thing to do to somebody. Wow. Maybe I'll find a flashlight now because it's dark. Aha, here we go. Oh, it's like one of those little mini ones.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Extra jackass. I don't know why either. The way he shined it on his face looks like he's going to use it to tell ghost stories or something. Alright, so I'm sure I gotta go back to that place where it was too dark before. I'm assuming that's what that's for. Before I do that, let me go see if I can speak to Ryan now. Mr. Bad Teeth himself. Bad Teeth number 1. try the door on the right. But now it's empty again. He was a good guy. Landlord who was that place 2 years ago. Since I haven't paid insurance, car loss, this shit happens to a lot of things. Yeah, that's a good idea. But, you know, the problem is, like, when stuff like gets stolen, like, it's irreplaceable.
A couple more questions.
They
if that's
can,
okay?
they can, like, replace the money, but they can't replace the, you know, all the stuff that you lost. It's really tough. It says there's 4 things I didn't ask Wright about. I'm looking up here for some reason. Remote control lock, doll burning ceremony, third eye flyer. Alright, so let's get some doll burning ceremony. That's the thing that's the thing I walked in on him.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls
He's back
are...
to drinking again.
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student, a child or a teenager, and they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And
Weird.
you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
They couldn't find anything, just rebought all your DVDs, Blu-rays, and games. Oh man, that's really. I don't wish that on anybody. Like honestly, like it's so difficult. All right, let's see what else here. Atlas auto hypnosis.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Now, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
Okay. Jeremy said recently got back Africa. I don't know. I don't think I ever heard of that game. What is that an adventure game? What kind of game is that? Actually, I'm gonna be right back because I'm out of soda. Give me 1 minute and we'll be right back. I'm back. The problem with streaming FMV games is there's so much talking. I'm almost afraid to talk like over them all the time. So Africa is an open world game where you explore Africa, filming animals for National Geographic, take TV documentaries on them. That sounds so different. That's interesting. I never heard of anything like that before.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band.
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
Hammerstone?
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
20 years ago, he auditioned for a band? Auditioned for a band called Hammerstone? Alright, I think that's probably something we have to check on, but let's first talk about everything else.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course?
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more?
It's too weird business class.
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
The only business that this guy knows anything about is the business of, like, fleecing other people. He doesn't actually know anything about business. I mean, like, it's very clear. Used to hire him the shop, blah, blah, blah. You gotta act. Okay, whatever. Paul's theft stunt.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh. Well, yes, that was something that Dan decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the
Thanks, Jeremy.
money shock stunt. No.
So, Paul thought it was related, I guess, but what's up about Emma's guilt?
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticising Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I think people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
I think that's it. So, I mean, I can still go and investigate there. Let's see if any contradictions. Witness Emma's criticism of Liam, doesn't blame Emma for Liam's death. Liam is strong and outgoing. People are free to do what they like. Okay. Paul went too far. Is that like a criticism? It's probably not, but people are free to do what they like. That is sort of a contradiction, but I guess not the one they wanted there. Not related to Liam's suicide. Knows the costume shop, used to hire from the shop. Before he said about the mask, also, the mask was made by a friend who died last year. I just want to see if that's something. Probably not, but looks like it's not. I think it should be. Apparently not. Okay. So wait. He used to hire from the shop at a stage party, act, wear costumes, guitar, hammerstone. Auto-hypnosis, not a major part of the course. Auto techniques are being phased out. Doesn't really work. What do you say about scrying before? I used to read about, doesn't believe anything supernatural now. Okay. Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Does that contradict anything? Shock aspect of the course. Wait a second. I missed something here. Okay. Doll burning ceremony occurs once every few weeks. Without destroying one's past. Carry the dolls in them for a month. To pay Liam's parents a settlement fee. Never use ECT machines. I don't know what that is. Some kind of brain waves or something. No orders of drugs. No sooner brought drugs to Atlas. Still have drugs or alcohol at Atlas premises. Still keeping medicines on site. Okay. Phrase about getting rid of guilt and self-doubt. Ryan invented the phrase. The Atlas Freedom phrase. I don't see anything contradictory. What was that? Atlas Freedom phrase. Six fingers devil sign, other finger symbol could be used. Used to have black mirror. Posters out by agency, first poster for Atlas. Don't know what the argument of the pub. That's not true, probably, because he dates what's her name? But I don't see how that's I could pull that as a contradiction. It was about the window, but not how it got broken. I never bought a Freedom necklace. Seen students wearing the necklace, including Emma, I guess, and Kate. I don't know if there's anything here. Surprisingly not. I'm gonna go try to use the
that's it for now.
torch.
Thank you.
Where was that? The pub here. Does that say car or something? Oh. Evil devil worshippers?
Well, and there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Alright, we got something else, more information here now. Let's go ask James about it. Looks like he's the type of guy who would do that. Just a few questions, please.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Know anything about these?
Nope.
Come on, you're lying. I don't believe that. But then again, I guess the person who I found the photos with theoretically would be the one that...
Thank you. Probably be back later.
That did it. Let's go back to, let's go to Paul, to, what's his name? Paul, yeah. How you guys doing? Are people started to pass out, drop
Asking
off?
a couple more things, please. Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's
Photograph.
Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
Do you know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
That's not what I asked. I asked you who did it.
Thank you.
I asked you if you know
Probably
who
be
did
back
it.
later.
Let's go to Ryan's wife, Rebecca, see what she knows.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. Oh, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
Ryan's photos car wrecked the photos. Ryan's cash was stolen. Nobody was prosecuted for it. By the way, like, we asked about the cardboard mask. Was there anybody that said, like, I'd never seen this symbol before? Probably there was. Probably
That's all
Paul
for the
said
moment.
that.
Thank you.
I guess this restaurant never has any business. 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 7 p.m. It doesn't make a difference. It's never ever anybody there.
Ask about a few more things, please.
He doesn't recognize this particular mask. Well, that's the mask, I guess.
Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Seems like you're lying there. Didn't you date Ryan? Like, how can you not know the photos? You're singing a punk band called Blackstone. Ryan odds offered to buy Emma's guitar. Doesn't she say something about this? Paul encouraged her to criticize Liam. This changed, I think. Phrase when I feel guilty. Okay, 3 photos. Come on. Kate's argument. Had an affair with Ryan. And then doesn't recognize the photos. I'm disappointed. You'd think if he had an affair with her, she'd recognize the photos.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
That doesn't make any sense, honestly. But let me go back to Ryan himself and ask him. Curious if anybody's back in here. Oh, where's that cleaner guy? The guy like tried to knock me out. He's not here. You know what?
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
It's just really slow paced.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I have no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
Have any location now? Lisa Blint. Doesn't know why Lisa wrote Devil Worshippers. It's probably because of this. I think it's the famous devil sign. I don't know if this is going to work, but... No, it's not a contradiction at all. Alright, let me see.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Do I know where this person is now?
Could that be
here
where
we go.
Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Alright, so I have a new person now. I'm just curious, how much percentage complete am I? 52%. Oh, man. I thought I'd get at least a 60% tonight. Maybe not. But I think after I talk to her, I'm going to call it a night because this probably be a long conversation. So like a million topics.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long.
What a liar. I won't take long, but I'm going to come back 50 times.
Go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
This is weird.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
I think she's the best actress so
Why
far.
do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. Join up. Then they're putting demons inside them.
Wow.
You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them.
What?
They stay inside you.
This got turned dark all of a sudden.
How did you?
Hey, Jill. How's it going?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. Make sure it's all bright.
I don't see any demons.
I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself.
A second ago,
without
it wasn't bright.
seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
I always find interesting games, yeah.
She's like me, but older.
The hell?
It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled,
God.
with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying.
This one's like straight up psychotic.
And then I realise I'm her.
That's
I'm not me anymore.
She was staring at his hat like she confused him with Indiana Jones cosplay. What's happened? What just
I'm
happened?
sorry, I have to go now.
No, don't go.
I'm sorry.
I need to interview you.
I'm sorry.
No, please don't go. I have a million questions to ask you for my book. We're all staring at the hat, Jill. This guy's a terrible actor. Those are the same steps, too. Oh man. What did I get? I got some information? What did I get? Lisa's accusation. Oh, okay. So I guess I can use the accusation. Some crazy psycho lady said that you're devil worshippers. That really makes a lot of sense. We should call the chief. Boop, boop. No, nothing here. Alright, I have to go to every person now and ask them about the devil worship. This guy won't know anything. I found she hates her reflection. Well, she thinks it's a deep...
A few more questions, please.
Yeah, it's like every time I go into the mirror, like I see some old ugly lady. It's obviously some kind of devil worship.
Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa. Lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times, but talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she's more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Okay. At least that the devil was after her.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be back later. Let's ask everyone else about Lisa.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You were misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
Did he say before he did have such interest in the occult? Where we talked about one of those other things? Auto-hypnosis. Not this one. Doll burning ceremony. Where is it? Hand symbol carving. Black scrying mirror. No interest in scrying. Alright, I don't think so. Alright, let me leave this.
That's all for the
go
moment.
back to the other
Thank you.
people. Becca's Pub.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about.
She does.
Why, he's been talking.
She's cheating on you.
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks.
Never came across anyone involved in the occult. That seems also... There's a doll burning she's on the course. Dyspraxic means you can't make anything. Where's the scrying mirror? Alright, let's leave.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
For sure, I'll be back. What was that? Something came up for a second, like an exclamation point.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas.
Where?
No, there's none of that.
I want to go find it. None of that.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks.
That was pretty brief.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm getting the same reaction from the other guy, but I'll go there anyway and ask him. At least I have the fast travel. Makes life a lot easier. Wish I could fast travel directly to this guy,
A
though.
couple more questions, if that's okay.
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blint?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blint, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas.
Were they found this
We even
Atlas?
tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Jill, I think they went to like a garbage dump and they found some homeless people like lying around in the garbage, and they were like, "Hey, if you come with us, we'll pay you like $10. We'll like give you a shower. You can wear some nice clothes for a day, and all you have to do is read some lines off a script." And then they probably some of them turned them down, and they probably got a few homeless people to come do it. That's my assumption. Let's see. Do I have anything that I can? Do I have anything I can contradict here? It doesn't know anything about devil worship. What about the hand symbol carving? Thinks the finger's a devil sign. So it doesn't know anything about devil worship. Maybe that's a contradiction. Come on. I guess not. That's annoying. Doll burning ceremony. I thought that would for sure be something. Here, I used to read about black magic and satanic rituals. There, I think that should be something. There we go.
Aha.
They keep that. Yeah.
So you used to read a lot about voodoo
The hat looks really beat up.
rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan,
Call me
that
Dick.
you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult.
We do worship some devils.
We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
Test?
This.
So it should be a gun. Oh, I get a new object now.
We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood so far, yes.
Except you got two people committed suicide.
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Sounds pretty important to me.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Let's go back. Let's ask everyone else about the Atlas aptitude test now. Let's go to Eden Lodge. Simon is in the cult, so he took the Atlas aptitude test. What if he got like a 1400
A few more questions, please.
or 1600 on his Atlas aptitude test?
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. But they didn't actually ask for any proof, so they could have lied through your teeth on that one. I don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
Oh, that's very proof. That is interesting. Easy to lie on the form. Okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Let's ask her.
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests. No, fitness and stuff like that.
On the first line? General fitness? That's weird. Is this what... Maybe they give, like, the men one version of the test to see, like, if they're healthy, whatever, and they give the... Okay, I guess health and fitness is the same thing. For some reason, I thought it was different. Okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's go to the Rebecca's pub. The pub that never has any customers. Even though you hear sounds of people talking, there's never anybody saying there.
Please.
Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
That's it. Okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Thank you. Let's go talk to Paul. He's the most likely person we'll actually get real information from, given that he actually is one of the people who runs Atlas. What do you think it is, Inspector? It's a test.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Jill, it's been a long time since you FMV.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test
What do you want to know?
exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak.
A cupboard.
We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Hey, Jill. Thanks for joining for a couple minutes at least. Have a great night. And I'm probably going to wrap up relatively soon. And Jeremy, I have never played the First Degree. I own it, probably like several copies of it, because you seem like they like lie around almost sometimes. But I have never played it actually. I need to play it. But you know, I'm not so sure that these FMV games are a good fit for the streaming, just because they're very long and like I can't really talk too much when they're talking, so it's not an ideal connection. It's a good game, or that's good to know. Alright, so let's see, what else is here? Test design to reveal psychological issues, these could handle the course techniques, and raise the course entrance age to 21. Is there anything here about this? What'd she say? Lisa can handle the course techniques. Let's try to date Emma. That's sick, you know, by the way. He tried to date Emma, and then meanwhile his son is sleeping with Emma. What do they like so much about Emma? Is she like the only girl in town or something? Well, students enjoyed the stunt. Would possibly be hurt or damaged by hypnosis. And then Lisa could handle the course techniques. Yeah. Yeah, bye-bye.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
Until she
With
died.
whom?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
She's
I don't get into relationships with students.
70-year-old
Inspector, company
man.
policy. It's not professional.
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Where did he say that? Kate Vine flirted with Paul. But he avoids relationships with students. That's not true that he avoids relationships with students, because he gave Emma the that whatever it was, the freedom necklace. Come on. Was there something that says he bought it for Emma? One's trying to date Emma. And where was it? Avoids relationships with students.
Aha.
So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted. And
She's
she
smart
knew
for
how
me.
to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
And then advance the clock to 10 p.m.
10 o'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Alright, that seems like a good time to call it. Jake reminds you Mr. Bean, is it? I said at the very beginning he looks like Mr. Bean. Or maybe I said Ryan looks like Mr. Bean. I'm not sure anymore. But in any case, I think it's time to call it for the night because we got at 10 p.m. and a lot of people already faded out and dropped off. What percentage have I done now? Alright, I made it to 63%. Alright, so that's what I wanted to do. That was pretty good. I got a few contradictions there at the end. I think this is good. So I will plan to continue this most likely on Saturday night. And until then, Jeremy, thanks for sticking it out the whole time, and thanks to the other person who's sticking it out, whoever you are. Someone fell asleep in front of their computer or phone probably, and just left the stream running. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying this still. Again, I don't think these are necessarily the best things to stream, but you know, let's see it through to the conclusion, and then we'll get back to something a little more retro than a game that just came out 5 years ago. But thanks everybody, and have a great evening or whenever you're watching this. And you know, hope to see this again soon, Saturday night. If you're not subscribed, subscribe so you'll catch the next one. Thanks everybody. Peace out. Bye-bye. Bye, Jeremy.